It's been an absolutely massive surprise. No one saw this coming. Theresa May is well known for playing her cards very close to her chest. She's got a small team of very close advisors around her, so doubtless they will have been talking about this for some time. But even so, you would still expect that, in the Westminster bubble things would leak, people would have an inkling of what's happening. We would have seen little hints of this in the previous week, or certainly in the last few days, and there's been absolutely nothing. So I think there are a lot of people across Westminster and who will be tremendously surprised by this, and across the country I suspect a lot of people won't even be aware that this has actually happened. If the polls narrow significantly in the coming weeks, that might start giving Downing Street a few sleepless nights. That said, I think if today's poll figures were translated into seats, the Conservatives would be on a very significant majority. Labour would be facing a sort of a 1983-esque result in terms of electoral wipeout. We'll see what happens, but I think smaller parties, particularly the Lib Dems, will be rubbing their hands with glee at the prospect here of picking up certainly a lot of the frustrated Remain votes, people who've kind of lost faith with the Labour Party and really want to send a message to Theresa May about the Brexit negotiations. So we'll see. I would be surprised if the Conservatives aren't re-elected with an increased majority. I don't think we're in whitewash territory like sort of in the Blair years, but certainly a sort of a big increase. And that will consolidate her power significantly. She will not be a Prime Minister who's come to power on the back of everyone else dropping out of an election campaign, a party leadership campaign. She will have her own majority. That will give her significant weight, particularly when facing down powerful senior cabinet ministers around the cabinet table, particularly if things in the Brexit negotiations start to get tricky and she needs to start pushing people and twisting arms. I think there have been general elections called quite suddenly in the past and with fairly truncated campaigning periods. I mean, politicians don't like these things to go on too long anyway because people get fed up with them. And particularly given this is the third big poll we've had in 2 years, I think there would be a worry about election fatigue. Don't forget we've got national county council elections on May the 4th as well. So we are getting polled to within an inch of our lives across the country. So I think people will be perhaps feeling a bit of fatigue about that. So it all depends on whether or not the parties can galvanise their supporters and just the extent to which Brexit is still getting people exercised and making them want to get out and vote.